Welcome back to another episode of Lost in the Farmer's Market Garden Shorts, where today we're looking at these lovely specimens here. Now, some of you know exactly what these are, but for those of you who don't, the scientific name is Chrysanthemum x morifolium, commonly known as hardy garden mum, or hardy garden chrysanthemum, depending on who you ask. So, these plants are in the Asteraceae family, which means the daisies, they look like a daisy, but extra fluffy. Morifolium itself means leaves like mulberry, and in the background you may hear a kitten mewing. I have a whole pack of them that I'm adopting and taking care of, so please don't mind that. But anyway, it is originally hybridized in China around 500 BCE, and then has been worked on since then to get this current form that we all know and love, and you see the garden centers like Blows and Home Despot full of them, in usually about 3 or 4 colors. You'll see a copper color, an orange color, a red color, a white color. You may see pink. You may see a purple shade even. Usually the white, yellow, orange, copper, red are the primary colors you see. Anyway, it is USDA hardy in zones 4 through 9. We're in 8A. The soil pH preference for this plant is 6.3 to 6.7, though typically you grow it in garden soil, so, you grow it in potting soil, so that's irrelevant. Its preferred exposure is full sun to partial shade. However, in the south, I would advise leaning towards morning sun, afternoon shade if you can help it. Its height can be 1 to 3 feet, and its width can be 1 to 3 feet, but this varies heavily on what cultivar individually you're specifically talking about because they're not all the same. Now, these plants are also known as Florist Daisy and just flat out mums, plus or minus a kitten meowing in the background. They were formerly called Dendranthema x morifolium, Dendranthema x grandiflorum, and Dendranthema x sinense. Now, I knew the Dendranthema morifolium one because that was what they were teaching in hort classes as far back as, I want to say 2000. It's amazing how much can change, and I'm pretty sure they were still teaching it in around 2010. So this change happened in the last 10 years or so. They put it back to chrysanthemum, even though it was originally Chrysanthemum x morifolium, or Chrysanthemum morifolium in the first place. Why they changed the name to Dendranthema? You got me. I guess it sells books or something. Whatever. But anyway, in natural medicine, the flower is used to handle eye inflammation and skin ailments. I couldn't find any more specific data on that, but apparently, I don't know if you make a tincture out of the flower, sort of like you would do to extract the pyrethrum from a pyrethrum daisy. Not sure, but consult someone who's accredited properly before you do any home remedies, folks. Now, NASA found out that these plants are air purifiers. How about that? Apparently, they remove... Oh, Lord, that's a big chemical name. Well, anyway, benzene, formaldehyde, and ammonia from the air, as well as, and I'm going to mangle this, folks, trichloroethylene. Yeah, that's, no thank you. I don't even like the sound of that. Doesn't even roll off the tongue. But anyway, the pests that mums can get include aphids, earwigs, leaf miners, nematodes, spider mites, thrips, whiteflies, and caspid bugs. What a cast of criminals. What do you think about that, kittens? Yeah, there we go. They don't like it either. Anyway, the diseases this plant can get include aster yellows, botrytis, leaf spots, rust, powdery mildew, verticillium wilt, and root and stem rot. And all of these pests are conditional on what the growing climate is and what is happening. They're not guaranteed. It depends on the vigor of the plant, how you take care of it, and so forth. And these plants are actually perennial. So if you care for them, you only need to plant them once. But the key detail to caring for them is snipping off the flowers when they're spent. And this one's got a few spent ones I got to work on, and this one too. And by the way, these are my 2 favorite colors. This sort of orangey, bronzy color, and then the traditional red. But anyway, that's all I have for you on hardy chrysanthemums. So, folks, if you have any thoughts on how you use them, how you plant them, what your tricks and tips to get them to survive a zone 8 or warmer winter winter is, or summer rather. Actually, that's probably what beats them up. Um, please leave a comment in the comments section. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like the video if you liked it, and of course, in the video description there will be a mention of the blog where you can find out forage foods of all sorts, some of which are also asters. How about them apples? So, as always, folks, thank you for watching and keep them growing.